Hello, everybody. My name is Jürgen Moors, and welcome to a new episode of Process Mapping. Today, we will talk a little bit about the process mapping convention. Some basics that you always need to take care of when you do a process map. Now, what are some basics? On the one hand side, you will always start, you always have an end and a start of a process. And for this, we have a typical symbol that is always used to end it. You can see it appear here in the image, which indicates either the start of a process or the end of a process. Now, every activity or every step in a process is also always indicated in some kind of rectangle. As you can see behind me on the screen now, there you can see appear a rectangle. This is typically for each major step that we take in the process. We use this to indicate a certain activity. Now, at some point in time, like we already indicated in earlier episodes, it could be that you have to make a decision, meaning a certain part is rejected or not, and also for when a decision is yes or no, or some kind of other thing can be the output of the decision. When you have a decision, then you use typically the symbol that you can see appear exactly behind me. Now, if you always also integrate certain input data or certain information or certain document, then it is also made visible in a process map with the symbol that you can see behind me to indicate, okay, in this step or in this decision, a certain data, which can be a document, which can be something else as well, is used or needs to be filled out. This is done with the symbol that you can see behind me. Now, we already talked also about a detailed process map, and we said before that when you have a general overall process map, like for instance in car manufacturing and car assembly, that you take out certain aspects of the assembly line, not to guarantee for yourself that the overall process map doesn't become too filled because it's so much detail. So when you have the major process map, for instance, you have the part of the painting where you can say, well, you can look at the process map of painting in detail. Well, to indicate you already have a process for this sub-process, namely painting, you can also use a certain symbol, and that symbol you can also see behind me appear in the screen. This is for sub-processes that maybe are already analyzed or could be analyzed at a later point in time, but maybe are a little bit too far in detail if you are looking at the process where you are at the moment. Now, those are some basic symbols, and the last one that we should not forget is, of course, the arrow. The arrow indicates the direction of the flow, and with all of these symbols, you have the major symbols that you can use for a process map. Now, of course, there are many more, but they are not always used so often. So when you would look, when you would like to use them, or when you would like to go really in detail, I urge you to look on the internet, and there you will find all of these symbols that could be used. And then you can see from, okay, is one of them relevant for my process? Today, we just focused on the major ones that are present in almost every process mapping that you will do. I hope this was for you an interesting episode, and I hope to see you soon in another episode of Process Mapping. See you then, and bye bye.